Hello and good evening. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to keep it raw and real because I was journaling and then more feelings ended up coming out and I want to talk about them. But first, I want to show how much progress I've made. Like, these are some of my plants and I threw away a few, the stragglers that were struggling. It's been hard trying to decide which ones I want. I've gotten some packing done. My house is pretty bare. I actually feel kind of naked without anything on my walls. There's Lola. But like, I've gotten all my pictures down. I've donated most of my things, except for like the bigger things like the couch. My kitchen is pretty much packed up. My laundry room's pretty much packed up. You know, my bathroom. Pretty much everything has been taken off of there. My bedroom is the barest, which is weird. My curtains are gone and donated. Shelves that I had on the walls, pictures I had on the walls. You know, a lot of my shoes, a lot of my clothes. Like, I got a lot of progress, and this is literally all the clothes that I have, besides like workout clothes that I wear a lot. You know, when I was working, I didn't really wear anything except for jeans and a t-shirt. So I wear a few dresses every once in a while, but look at this. So much done. Like, I even learned how to spackle my walls, like the holes that I made from the shelves, you know, there. I learned how to caulk a lot of things, which is a funny word to say. I'm also, you know, lazy me when I wanted to paint a accent wall in my house. I couldn't get the shelves down, so I painted around them. So this is pretty funny, but I mean, laugh if you want to. I also just realized that I forgot to paint the molding on here, so I'm gonna repaint this because on this side, they don't match. So I'm gonna make it match for the person that's buying this place, which I am very proud of my progress. Like, even my patio. My patio is my sanctuary. My patio is bare. All of my patio furniture is gone. The carpet, the wind chimes, all gone. I can't take it with me. And it's like, how do I keep, like, it doesn't look like I have a lot of boxes packed, but like, from everything I got rid of, this is left. This is like my work stuff, my business stuff. This is like my dishes, my spices, and like, you know, Ziploc stuff. You know, there's the cabinet stuff. There's the things that were on that wall over there that, you know, I have the shelf markings on. This is other parts of my business stuff, and I do my own nails, so that's that stuff. But I mean, like, I'm pretty bare right now. I feel naked, to tell the truth. Like, I'm still working on my kitchen. Obviously, I can't have everything broken down because I'm still here for the next week. But and there's a lot of things here I can't move by myself right now. I do have help coming in, and I might ask for more help, depending on who shows and who doesn't. But like, sitting here looking at my walls, like, I feel naked. And not just like in here, but I feel naked like here, because like the things on my walls were I guess they were a part of me too. Like, they were a part of like the shell I was keeping myself under. And like, now that I don't have all these pictures and shelves and trinkets on the wall, like, I can hear myself talk, and it's like more acoustic in here, and it's weird hearing my own voice, if that makes sense. So it's like I walk in here and I was like, I feel naked. Like, I feel bare. I feel like I have nothing on. Like, I can't hide behind anything. But besides that, I know it's just shedding of old skin and, you know, old parts of yourself. And I'm not complaining about that. It's just, it's a weird, freeing, sad experience. But in a good way. But I was listening to a couple of videos, and they were talking about releasing expectations and, you know, letting go of things and taking a leap of faith. And what else are they talking about? I can't remember what else it was. Making changes in your life. And it's like, I kind of got triggered about that because I was like, I am making major changes in my life. Like I upturned everything. I quit my job. Today I turned in my badge to the airport, my parking pass. And it felt good. It really felt good. And I saw a bunch of good signs from the universe. I even saw an eagle. I saw a couple of hawks on the way there. So I know that like I'm supported in this, and I know that I'm divinely guided, and I just need to keep doing, because like I've just been fighting and resisting, and now that I'm doing, I just need to keep doing. And like most of these mornings I wake up now and I don't know where to start, but I just start. I just like pick up something and I just start doing something. Even if I have like multiple projects going on, at least I'm doing something, I feel like, because like yesterday I took down all the pictures in my room and I spackled, and then like I brought them in the living room. I saw something else that needed to be done, so I started doing that. And then I came in here this morning, took down these shelves, spackled that, walked to the back, found something else that needed to be done, but I just kept going. But I also woke up really motivated today and happy, and like I actually got up out of bed and did a tough grueling workout, and I laughed and I smiled through the whole thing. Like I was doing a Naughty Girl workout with Rudy. He's one of my favorites on there because he's just nuts and he's authentic. And I forgot how much I like doing dance workouts. Like I love Zumba. I used to love doing Zumba. It hurts my knees now, and especially on carpet. But I used to smile like cheesing, like the commercials and the infomercials. I'd be smiling doing that, and I love those things, and I forgot how much I love doing those things. So waking up this morning and starting my day off that way made it a hell of a lot easier. But going through all of this stuff that I have was daunting. It's like, how did I acquire so much stuff? And I know that a lot of these things have moved with me over the years. Like I've lived on my own since I was completely on my own since I was 23. When I moved out, I had a roommate. So 23, I've lived by myself. And I've loved every second of it. But I didn't realize, like, even though through each place, like, you get rid of things, I didn't realize how much junk I still had. And how much new things I acquired over the time. And, like, a lot of things I bought is when I was in lower feelings. Like, I was sad about something, mad, hurt, angry, you know. I supplemented those feelings with shopping, eating out, drinking. Then eventually I started doing harder drugs and mixing prescription pills and alcohol, and you know. So getting rid of a lot of this stuff was also saying goodbye to those feelings that I was in when I got those things, which is freeing. And it's like, it's a good release, but like crying isn't bad. Crying is the release of those feelings too. So don't feel bad if you cry. I don't feel bad or mad about it anymore. Like I used to hate crying. I'd feel weak, like I said. But I feel better. But I realized today, when they're talking about letting go, it's like letting go of the things that you don't want to happen to you. Like I keep saying, like, I'm very grateful and I'm very excited that I freed myself and I no longer work for anybody else but myself. And I've been wanting to do this for years, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I've known for months that I wanted to be some kind of a life coach. I didn't know like what kind, but I started like getting back into my spirituality and talking to other people, and then I was like, no, I want to be a spiritual life coach. And I've helped a lot of people when I was bartending that would just talk to me about random things. So it was like it ended up fitting for me, and I enjoy it. Now I wanted to use my cards today to see what messages we have, but my silly self, I packed them all up and I don't want to unpack the box. I mean, they're at the top of the box, but like I don't want to open up the box just to get them out because I already know the answers. And sometimes I just like to have that visual thing. So of course I found this book at one of my favorite stores, which I'm gonna miss, is Second and Charles, because they have a lot of odd things and like cool things and collectible things. But like sometimes I'll ask a question and I'll just open the book to a page, and it usually it resonates with something that I was asking. Like yesterday I was focused on not knowing where I was, like, what's going to happen on the 7th, because like my mom and my brother and my dad are excited for me to go back to Arizona and be with them. But also, like, I'm excited to be around them, but also that's not where my heart is. That's not where I desire to go. And I feel like people keep projecting onto me like, yeah, it's important to be around family. Yes, it's absolutely important to be around family. But at this point in my life, like, I just want to fly free. Like, I'm no longer tied down to this. I mean, I love my place, but whoever's buying it next is going to love it just as much as I did. I mean, shit, they loved it because the first person that looked at it put in an offer. And I wasn't even all the way up the steps when I heard them, when they opened the door. And I heard them and they were like, wow. Like, I don't know much about home improvement and stuff, but like, when I moved into it, it was remodeled just the way I liked it. Like, the colors that I like. I love white, gray, black, gold. I like, and especially gray. I love gray walls with white trim because I feel like they're, even though they're like neutral, but like, you can do anything. You can pair them with bright colors, animal prints, like pastels. I mean, you can do anything. And it doesn't, to me, it doesn't take away like the spaciousness of the room. So the fact that somebody else loved that, because a lot of people are like, dark walls, that's bold. You know, it fit my decor. I have mint colors. So I had like white, black, gold, and mint. And it looks really nice. So I'm glad that somebody else loved this place just as much as I do. And like, it's sad to say goodbye because this is an accomplishment for myself. I, as a single person, single woman, got this place on my own, by myself, no help. I mean, other than like lenders and stuff, but like, no help. I got this place by myself. So this to me was a huge accomplishment. And it's like, if I can do that, what else can I do? So for me, like, this was a huge accomplishment and it was a huge feat. And it's kind of like I'm giving up the things that I accomplished, but I'm not really giving them up. Like, I've outgrown them. And it's time for me to like evolve and grow too, because if I stay here, I'm going to be stuck. But also, when I was down in Arizona, you know, visiting all the places, you know, that, you know, I grew up being around and hanging out with my brother and hanging out with my mom. Like, my dad's out of the country. He's coming back on the 15th out of retirement. Surprise, surprise. He can't stay. He can't not do anything. He has to be doing something. But he and my mom are both fire signs and they're always doing stuff. They can't sit still. So I'm surprised he actually retired, but he retired for like 4 or 5 months and now he's coming back to work. So like, he's coming back on the 15th. I'm supposed to go on the 7th. But like, everything in my soul is like screaming, I don't want to go. I feel like on the inside, I feel like a child that's being ripped away from their parent and being made to go somewhere else, like taken away. When I think about going there, and it's I don't mean it in a mean or disrespectful way. It's just not where my heart is. My heart is somewhere else, with someone else. If I'm being honest, and I said it was gonna be raw and real, but that, like, Arizona's not where I want to be. And like, yeah, I saw some things out there where I was like, yeah, you know, I can survive out here, and there's so many other opportunities, like avenues of business to go down so you don't have to work for other people. But like, and I was trying to imagine myself doing that, and I could see myself doing it, but there wasn't like real joy in it. It was joy that I wasn't working for somebody else, but it wasn't like real joy, like trying to find the good in it, even though it's not really what you want to do. So, I mean, if I'm being honest, that's not where I want to go. And I was freaking out yesterday a little bit and trying to calm myself down because the 7th is coming up so close. And I keep getting rid of all these things, just purging and purging and purging and purging and purging. But I have no idea where I'm going to end up. Like, if I have to go there, I will go and I will try and make the best of it because, you know, it's an opportunity that you can't miss. But I'd rather be somewhere that makes my heart sing, you know? And they keep talking about like following your heart, and my heart does not want to go there. I want to go somewhere else where I don't really know anybody, where I can really start new and like enjoy things, not go back and feel obligated to do like family things. But not obligated, but like feel that obligation of when you don't really want to do something, but you have to go or you do it anyway because it's family. Because sometimes it's okay to say no, but I have a hard time saying it, which I need to be honest about too. I don't really want to go back. I mean, that's my birthplace, but that doesn't feel like home to me. Home is not where I was born. Home is where my heart is, and it's not there. And I keep fighting that because I don't want to tell the universe that I'm not happy and I don't appreciate the blessings, but like, we're always given more than one path and more than one doorway. Like they say, when one door closes, another one opens, or, you know, the door may be closed, but there's a window open and unlocked over there. I don't know where else I'm going to end up, but I don't want to go back to Arizona. Like, that's not what I want. I want to follow my heart. Like, my soul is screaming at me to not go back. I mean, I love my family, and they're home, but they're not home. They're a different kind of home, but not the home that I'm looking for, not the home that, like, I want to go to. Like, I want to go home spiritually, not just physically. I want to go home spiritually and emotionally and, like, logically go home and stay with your family. And I'm not trying to be ungrateful, but like, this is the time that I was releasing all these things so I could be free and follow my heart and like do all the things I wanted to do, but I feel like I'm still forcing myself to like try to conform to something that I don't want. Everybody else wants that for me or from me, but I don't want it. So I'm struggling with that. But all I know is that I need to show the universe that I am ready. Because wherever it is, you never know, it might change on the way. It might change 2 days from now. Like, you know, instead of going there, someone's going to be like, hey, why don't you come here and stay with me? Why don't you come work on this? Or I can help you with this. You know, you never know. You never know what opportunities are going to come your way in between now and then. But by sitting here staying stuck and stagnant and like holding back, you're just keeping yourself stuck. I don't want to be stuck. That's why I keep just doing things. Like, I just keep packing anyway, even though that's not where I want to go. Me showing the universe by taking action that I am ready to go anywhere that they tell me. I mean, they told me to pack a bag and go, and I did that. And 2 hours later, I was on a flight to Arizona. So, you know, I listen. But, like, they're telling me to go. They've been telling me it's time to go a long time. Like, I even posted on Facebook, there's something I was chanting. It was like, I don't think I know. I know it's time for me to go. And this was months ago. And I knew that they kept telling me then, you know, it was getting ready. It was getting to that point where I needed to decide what I wanted to do. Because I've been saying to my coworkers, like, I've been unhappy for a while there. Well, not just at the job that I just quit, but just like in the jobs that I've been doing, thinking it's going to be better if I just change companies or change locations. And it's the same thing. Like, it's nice for a minute and then it goes right back to the same feelings. Like, I didn't want to stay somebody else's employee. I didn't want to stay a bartender, even though I like meeting people and talking to people. I want to do it in another way. It just wasn't serving me anymore. So it's like I'm struggling with trying not to make it seem like I'm ungrateful because I'm very, very, very grateful. But I'm also like, they keep saying to tell the universe what you want and decide clearly. Like, I told them what I want and that I was ready when I quit. And I told them what I wanted and that I was ready when I put this place up for sale. And as soon as I did that, the universe responded immediately, and it worked out. Everything's worked out. When I just trust and believe, it works out. And I still trust and believe, but like, it's starting to get to the finish line of this. That date is coming up sooner than later. And now I'm starting to get worried that I'm going to be sent somewhere that I don't want to go. And I don't want it to seem like it's a prison sentence, because that's not the right thing to say or the right feelings, but I also keep telling myself not to feel guilty about the way that I feel, because I feel really bad. But those are my feelings, and they're valid. Those are my real feelings, though. Like, I feel like I'm forcing myself back into a situation I don't want to be in. I'm forcing myself to want to be in that situation. I want to be around family, but I also want to be able to like travel back and forth, not just be there. You know? It's just a feeling that I have, and I've had it for a little while, and it's getting stronger and stronger as my moving day comes up. Like, that calling is just stronger and stronger, and I see it everywhere. I see signs everywhere. I hear messages everywhere. That's not where I want to go. And I kind of feel like, too, going through all of this, like decluttering, it's not just decluttering my house. I've decluttered my mind. I've decluttered my life. Like, I've had to deal with these emotions. I've cried while packing. I've cried while cleaning. I've cried while repairing. Like, it's a nice release. And it's not necessarily sadness. It's just like, finally you're letting these feelings out. You're letting them like go. But I don't know. All I know is that I just have to keep doing. But that's not where my heart wants to go. It's not where it wants to go at all. But I also feel like, too, with doing this, I feel like it's a lot of shadow work. And the place where I'm going, well, I'm going to go stay with my mom, but like, she wanted me to come when I get down there to help her go through things and like make room. But I feel like after having to do this with my whole house by myself, it kind of feels unfair. Like, I've made room in my life and in my home and in my like everything. I've made room for others, and I feel like going back over there, because she has a lot of things, but I feel like I have to make space and fit in over there. And I feel like I don't fit in right there, if that makes sense. I feel like a puzzle piece that doesn't fit into that puzzle. Like, it's the same color and everything, but it's not the right puzzle piece to that puzzle. Like, I don't feel like I should have to make room for myself to stay with you. Like, I've already gone through all of these things myself and gotten rid of, like, I've minimized everything. And I feel like I have to go over there and, like, minimize just a little bit of space for myself. And I know that seems ungrateful, but, like, if you understand, you understand. Like, yeah, she's excited for me to go. And I love being around her. But, like, also, I like my freedom and space. And there's not a lot of space in there. And we're two big personalities in one house. And I keep saying, and I keep trying to convince myself we'll make it work. Because we will. If we have to, we will. You know, we always do. We disagree a lot, but we make it work. And I love her to death. And I like that she likes to give me advice, but a lot of times it's unsolicited. And I don't appreciate it all the time, but like, I know she means well. But part of my work is to tell her that these are my decisions, and, you know, I'm sticking to it. Because sometimes I feel like she lives through me instead of living for herself. Like, she's always talking about how she envisioned, you know, us living our lives, but how do you envision you living yours? Like, I'm 38. My brothers are 37 and 35. Like, we're grown. Why are you still talking about like how you envision us living our lives and what kind of lives we had and what people we had in our lives? Like, what about you? You had hopes and dreams. Like, why aren't you trying to live those out? You know, one of my first readings ever, I had a Vedic reading by this really nice Indian lady, and they read like, I can't remember if it's like the stars and stuff, like when you were born, but she was telling me that like my purpose in life right now is to help my mom. And I know like when I went down there and she had surgery, I helped her out a lot, but I'm starting to realize that me helping her isn't necessarily me physically helping her. Me helping her is inspiring her to do the same things that I'm doing, like taking charge of her own life. Like, she doesn't want to work for anybody else either. But she's also, like, in a state where she can kind of use a little bit of her retirement if she wanted to and do her own thing and support herself. She doesn't have a lot of bills. I mean, she can do things for herself, and I wish she would. I really wish she would. Because I feel like she tries to live through us a lot. Not purposely, but I think that motherhood kind of like took over her life for a little bit. And now like she enjoys her time alone and she enjoys her space and she's got her routine going, but then there's still something off. Like, I just don't feel like she's living to her fullest potential because she's worth so much more than what she's allowing herself to have. She deserves the same happiness that I've been searching for and that I'm working for. But I feel like me being there, it kind of enables her to stay in that energy. Like, it gives her something else to like focus on and worry about, and she shouldn't be worrying about us. And I know as a mom, she always will, but she should be worried about herself. Making herself happy. Because she deserves it. She was a good mom. She's still a good mom. She's overbearing at times, like any parent, but like, this is her time for her to spread her wings too and fly. Like, we should be living life. She wants to travel and she wants to do all these things, but she holds herself back from it because like of a lack mentality. She doesn't feel like she can afford these things, but she can. She just doesn't see it. She just doesn't see like the greatness that she deserves. But I also feel like me being there enables her to stay stuck. Even though I'm trying to show her and tell her how not to be stuck, I'm trying to unstuck her while I unstuck myself. So in a way, I am helping her. But I don't feel like I need to physically be there to help her. She's a strong lady and she's always done it on her own. And I'm always there. I'm always going to be there to help her. But she doesn't always let others help either. And I learned that from her. And I learned that from a lot of other women in my life because we've had to be independent because people don't show up. So you learn that stuff. It's a learned behavior and it's like a generational thing that I'm trying to break. That's allowing help to come in. Now my mom has helped me a lot lately And we go back and forth with that. I help her, she helps me. Like, that's how it is with family. But like, I'm not ungrateful for her help and her offering me a place to stay, but that's not, my heart's not in it. I'll be there and I'll be trying to make the best, but then I'm still missing that spark and that joy. And I found it and I don't want it to go away. I don't want to do things half-assed or half-heartedly anymore. I lived a lot of my life that way, settling and compromising, and I don't want to do it anymore. And it's not something you should have to force yourself to do. We only have one life. And I wasted a lot of it not seeing all the good sides. And like, my eyes are finally open. My ears are open. My heart is open. And it's like bleeding all over the place because I'm just airing out all my dirty laundry. All of my feelings. And I'm posting it on the internet. Like, who would do that? Because that's my homework for myself. And hopefully it helps somebody else too. I don't know what else to say, so I think I'm done for the evening. I'm gonna continue to post videos, whether I'm dressed up or not. Like, for me, I love doing my hair and my makeup, but like today, I didn't feel like it. I was moving things, like, for me, I like to look a certain way. I've always been a little princess. I love hair, makeup, nails, heels. And I still have those things. I haven't worn them in a while because I haven't gone out anywhere. Like the other day, I wore heeled boots, and I haven't worn heels in like a year, and I used to wear heels all the time. And I felt like so feminine. I felt like myself again. But like today, moving things, cleaning things, like I didn't want to get up and do my makeup to sweat it off and then try and refresh it to be on here. And I don't have a problem with my bare face. But I love makeup. Like, that's also a part of my creativity. I love makeup. I like doing my hair. I'm trying to let it heal because, like, during my sad times, I had dyed it multiple colors. I actually kind of like this one. It was like a blondish color. But as it grows out, it's obviously my natural hair. But then here, I had some kind of burgundy that never really came out because I did it some kind of like honey blonde. But then it ended up being like 2 different colors, which I don't care. I still like it because when you do your hair, it ends up turning different. And you can kind of see it there. But I'm just letting my hair heal and letting it grow out. I'm not dyeing it anymore. I wasn't dyeing it to hide my grays because like I had grays when I was like 28 is when I started. I like my grays. They're like a badge of honor. Makes me feel like I'm wiser and wiser, and I am wiser and wiser, and I was always a wise person. I just didn't listen to myself. So it's also kind of weird that these walls are bare and like I'm speaking and I hear myself. Like the walls reverberate my own words back to me. They're not muffled anymore. So I feel like I'm even more in my own power, my personal power, which is great. And I'm very, very proud of myself for all the progress that I've made this last year, the last few years, because I know that A lot of this started back in like 2018, and I kind of fell off, and then 2020, and I kind of fell off and just started ignoring things and, you know, doing my own thing because I didn't see anything happening that I wanted to happen. I mean, 2021, I got this place, and I was praying for it, hoping for it. You know, I got my car back in 2019, the same thing. But I didn't see any of the other things that I wanted coming into fruition, the things that I really wanted. And that's when I realized that all the material things that I wanted in life, the universe provides. Sometimes immediately, sometimes it takes some time. But the things that you want emotionally and spiritually, you really have to work for. And I put in that work. And I put in that work every single day, whether I want to or not. I still put it in. And I know right now, like, I'm about to reap those rewards in every way possible. I can feel it. I know this is going to be a good year. This is just a struggle. I mean, we're only the second day into the year. It's not like 2024 ends and 2025 starts and everything is just completely changed and new. You know? And I know that. I mean, before I used to think, all right, well, I'm done. I'm not doing that anymore. But like, everything takes progress. And a lot of the things where I stopped doing something cold turkey, I ended up starting to do again 10 times worse. So this time I just been staying at a steady pace. Even with packing, like, I wanted to get more done, but I still, like I said, I didn't know where to start. But I started off at a slow pace, and I just kept that rhythm going. And for me, I wasn't working fast enough because I wanted to get more done, but like, at least at that pace, everything was coming together. And I wasn't rushing it, because if I rush and I do things like without thinking, I end up throwing things away that I needed or that I wanted or I didn't mean to throw away. Spilling things, like when I was painting my walls, I was getting tired and I just wanted to finish the wall instead of letting me go back and finish it another day. I wanted to get it done on my day off. And I remember I was talking to my mom on the phone. I was trying to rush while painting the wall, and it wasn't that wall, it was the one in my room. And I stepped down off of my little step stool, and I stepped right into the paint tray. And then I had to like try and crawl to the bathroom to rinse it off my foot without dropping out my carpet, because my carpet was really light. It's really light. And I also like ended up, I don't know why I say like a lot. I'm saying like. But I ended up knocking over a bucket of paint in my closet, trying to rush through that too. So I know that for me, rushing through things is not a good thing. But when I take the time to like really think things through and do it like with intention, everything works out. Now, quitting my job was not something that I just impulsively did. I've said for months that I was going to quit. I told my coworkers for months that I was going to quit. And then it just so happened that when my mom needed physical help, I was able to drop everything and go because they had reduced my hours. So I was like, well, this is my time. Fuck it, I'm leaving. And then my house, this was a lot to keep up with as on my own. Like, at the beginning, I had everything under control. But then things started going downhill. And then I was starting to get things back up on track. And then work got slow. And then they started taking hours away. So I knew it was time to get rid of this too. Because like, the universe will show you the things that you need to let go of and you need to get rid of. And if you don't do it, they just make it harder for you until you do. Or they do it for you. You know? So like, I've been told multiple times in readings, in my own readings, in horoscopes, that it's time to go. And it's not just like go, but like, it was time to leave those jobs, leave that job, leave that energy, leave those people, leave those addictions. Leave it all behind. But for months, I've been saying I wanted to quit. This was planned. And I think if I hadn't made that choice by myself to just quit, I think the universe would have done it for me in some way of me getting fired. And me taking it as like one of the worst things when really it's one of the best. But I got to do it my own way. And speaking of, like I ended up texting my manager the other day and telling him that I wasn't coming back. Because like my whole plan was, I'm not coming back. I'm not talking to him because, you know, he never responds. He doesn't answer when you call. If he texts, he doesn't respond. So it was like, well, if that's how you treat me, then why do I need to let you know that I'm not coming back? But it was eating me inside to not say something. And it wasn't because I felt obligated to, or like out of respect, I needed to say something. For me, it wasn't me doing it out of integrity. I wasn't doing it true to myself. If I don't like something, I'll tell you. If I don't want to go back to something, I'll tell you. But like I was having a hard time admitting that I don't want to go back and stay with my mom in Arizona, or like stay with my family in Arizona. I love them to death and I want to be around them and visit, but I don't want to live there. And like with work, a lot of people can just like do no call, no shows, but it was killing me not to say anything because it wasn't true to myself. I like communication. So like for me, holding back that communication was killing me inside. So I finally just said, hey, you might as well just take me off the schedule because I don't know when I'm coming back. I've got a lot of things going on, so like I'm not coming back. And then I turned in my airport badge today, and I turned in my parking pass. And I saw a great sign from the universe that that was the right thing to do because it was eating me up inside, but I felt a sense of relief, like I was true to myself. And I'm proud of that. And I look at this place with like pride and joy, but like also I outgrew it. With all the space that I have, I outgrew it. With or without all the stuff, like I need more energy. Like, or no, I don't need more energy. I have energy, but my energy is bigger. My aura is bigger, and this space is confining. I feel most at home outside because it's like it's just open and free. I need somewhere with a lot of land. I don't want to be a caged up little parrot being told and taught what to say. I need to roam free. I need to run free like a wild animal, you know? And I am a wild animal. At times. But like, I just want to run free. No fences, no leashes. You know? I want to sit outside and stare at the stars and not have somebody else's roof in my face. Like I just want to see open land, fresh air. I want to go outside and run with my dog like a crazy ass person. But parks just don't do it. Parks aren't your own space. But I want my own space like that. I want a garden, not a patio garden where the squirrels are eating your stuff and the rabbits are eating your stuff and you gotta shoot them with a water gun because I don't want to kill them. So I shoot them with a super soaker to get off my stuff. I can't really build a fence out here because I live in a condo and they won't let you do that. But, you know, I want my own space. I want my own land. I want a garden. I want a kitchen, an outdoor kitchen. Like, where you go hang out in the summers and the winters with a fire pit. I love spending time outside and I love spending time on my patio, so it was really sad getting rid of, like, stop saying like. It was really hard getting rid of my patio furniture and my carpet and like, stop saying like. and the plants that I had out there, but it was time to get rid of those plants too because they were dying. I have too many big plants to bring in here. So I made the hard choice of leaving ones that were turning brown out there. But like it was all set up. I had lights, I had a carpet, I had like a love seat, chairs, pillows. I had a dream catcher wind chime I made out there. I had another wind chime. You know, it was my sanctuary. I love being outside. I love sitting on the patio, and I love like spending time with people. But I want a space like that's a community space, but I also want my own space. I want a space where you can have people hang out and have fun, but I don't want them completely in my space, you know? I don't know how I'm going to come about that, but I know the universe will provide it. I know God will provide it. I walked away from God for a little while. And the universe, or however you want to identify under, as, or whatever, or it as, or under. But I know God is always there taking care of me, or the universe, and the universe, God and the universe, Spirit. I hear them. I see their signs. I see them. But now I'm just speaking my truth, being raw, real, and authentic, even though it's uncomfortable sometimes. But speaking the truth, it's freeing. Like, I feel better now. I'm not crying out of sadness. It's just a release. And it feels good. It feels really good. But like, I don't know what's in store for me on this next journey. Or on this journey, but this next cycle. I don't know what's next. I don't know where I'm going. And based on dreams I've had, like the universe has granted me permission to pursue something else. If I so choose to do so. So it's like follow your mind, your logic, and go where you're told. Or follow your heart, which is your true north, and go where you feel. So my question is right now is, what is your heart telling you? Where is your heart telling you to go? What is your heart telling you that you want to do? Not your mind, your heart. What is it telling you? Anyways, thank you for listening to my video. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for watching my videos, and I will see you tomorrow.